right, good afternoon. Over here cutting soybeans. Just got the combine over here, made a couple rounds to get the truck turned around, so we'll see what kind of job she's doing. I don't see any beans whatsoever on the ground anywhere. None. Got a full tank pretty quick. Header and everything seems to be working pretty good. So I gotta get this truck spun around. But I still don't see any beans anywhere. So she's getting them all, which is nice. I don't even see any header loss. I don't see one single bean. Oh, there's one bean. And that's where I was turning around this corner here, so the header probably popped that out, side of it. But one bean out of that whole bin. So that's not too shabby. Let me get this old Pete turned around. And we'll unload her and go again. See what she does. This is the first bin of beans for 23. She's got a bin full. They're pretty dry, except for right along where that woods was. There was a little bit of green in them, and then over there on that edge. But seems like the further out you get, the drier they get. So we'll see. Nothing like a draper. Bringing them in there. I'm not going to show you all the yield yet, because everybody told me these tall beans wouldn't yield. But you can see it coming in. Looks good too. A lot of dust coming out. I fear fires on soybeans more than I do anything on a combine. It seems like that dust and heat just don't work. farmer wants me to eat healthy, so she packed me apple slices. I actually like them. maybe some of you are, but I can't. I played with it and got it that clean, and they're good looking beans. And she's steady bringing them in, so pretty happy. What do you think about the beard? I'm starting to get a little thick now. I actually hate growing a beard. I'm just doing it because the boss lady don't like it. Well, she does like it, but she wants me to keep it like trimmed and perfect. Nobody's got time for that. It's farming season. So it is what it is. I'm gonna grow it out to here, and a little bit of hair. I'm gonna get it high too. I don't know what happened right here. I think I didn't start losing that until I met her. This is the farm that we pushed all the new farm. So this is the first crop we've ever grown on it. Never, don't know what to expect on it, but it's not doing bad so far. So, I mean, it's not doing great. Not doing as good as what I thought it would probably should have do, but it's doing all right, I guess. So, this is the ditch that we dug out and ripped all the trees out of, making the first pass around it. That's what she's doing, so she's been hovering right around 60, so 12.9, 64, so not too bad, not too bad. I took the first load in, it went 14, so I came back and cut the second load. They're a lot drier now. It's crazy what an hour and a half will do, but this is what it is. So, I mean, it hit 70, so that ain't too bad for some soybeans. A little bit wetter right here on this end. And then they go to dry. Got a little bit of green leaf right here. But they're still cutting 14. So it's like the vine's green, but the beans are done. So they're gonna get cut. But they've been running 12, 13 everywhere else, so pretty happy, pretty happy, pretty happy. They're still doing good. 81, 80. I'm pretty happy. I got the lights on. Trying to get this last bin loaded so I can head to the house. Oh, she's 3/4. 3/4. One good thing about a draper, you can cut a little bit longer with these bad boys. Good morning. Good morning. Started cutting beans yesterday. Got 2 loads out yesterday afternoon. I didn't get much done. Just driving back here to the combine. I'm gonna blow it off a little bit. I hate bean dust. But I got this little section done. Beans are doing okay. They're small beans. I was hoping they'd do better, but I think this ground, the farmer before us had it for like 20 years. This is our first crop off of it. And, you know, I think the farm just needs to be built back up. I think it never got stuff put on it and just really just farmed it, and that was it. So I got the backfield cut last night, and then the inrows, got this little section done. So they're not doing bad. I think they're doing probably around 50. Wish they were doing better, but some spots you hit it says 90, and some spots you hit it says 50. Some spots you hit it says 20. You know, it's a real sandy farm. I mean, really sandy farm. And we know it's not the bean because we actually saw them in test plots, and man, they really looked very promising. So, but you know, it is what it is at this point. You got to cut it and get it off. I think they're going to average 50. Like I said, I was cutting yesterday. Some spots were 90 plus, some spots were 20. You know, there's a little sand patches through the farm. Some spots were 5. So the deer were a little bad around the edges. But it is what it is. Like I said, we'll get this, we're going to put weed on it, and we're going to leave the straw and everything to try to build it up with some residue. And then we're going to, you know, put the beans on, take them off next year, and then put corn on here. But it takes a little bit of work to build a farm back up to what it can do. So we're going to do it. So, you know, every piece of ground you get ain't the best, but we try to make it the best no matter what it is. But we're going to get her. We're going to get her. Like I said, this first year farming it, and it's not doing bad. I mean, it's, you know, it's doing pretty good for sandy. People don't realize how sandy our ground is here, and this farm is sandy. And you know, for 50 bushel beans, I'm still pretty happy with that, considering nothing's ever been put on the land. So we're going to get her. We're going to get her built back up and get her going good. But I'm going to go ahead and blow this off a little bit. I didn't cut enough to really get her dusty, but I tell you, bean dust, I despise that stuff, and I fear a combine fire with bean dust more than I do anything. But I'm going to go ahead and get her blown off, and then I don't know what I'm going to do, because it's going to be, got a heavy dew today, so hell, it'll be 2 o'clock before I start cutting. Yeah, so that's what I'm doing. Combine's doing pretty excellent. It's hard to find a bean anywhere on the ground. With small beans, I did have to close her up a little bit more. But yeah, it's doing a really good job, considering I'm a dumb farmer and don't know what I'm doing. Well, we're getting ready to go put this girl to work. My bro is the super trucker hauling her. She just got serviced and everything got done to her yesterday, so she is ready to work. She's been in hibernation all winter, but she getting ready to come out. She getting ready to get dirty. And by the way, Roland Marvel from Frankfort, Delaware, you are the winner. Give a big shout out to you, and thanks for supporting the channel. You were right. Kentucky Headhunters. That's good old country right there. It's not like old country, but they sing it like it's old country. But it was probably what, 80s, 90s, late 80s. Kentucky Headhunters. Good band, great band. Them, Diamond Rio, all them guys. Really good. So yeah, good job. Nobody got it. Of course, maybe nobody cared, but there was a couple people that tried it. Yep, Roland Marvel. Thanks for watching, buddy. I appreciate it. And if I ever get t-shirts made or hats made or something, you're definitely going to get a free one. I keep you in the comments, so I make sure that I remember who you are, but I don't know when it'll be. I got to get more subscribers and viewers before I can invest in t-shirts. But yeah, I mean, you would think that all the farmers on the Eastern Shore would subscribe and watch. Of course, they probably do. They'll never admit it. But we're all Eastern Shore farmers if you think about it. So technically, they could get a shirt, and it wouldn't necessarily be me. It could be them, because we're all Eastern Shore farmers. So there you go. Although, let's be clear, I am the Eastern Shore farmer, whether you like it or not. All the haters out there. Well, we're bringing some more trucks over here. These beans are doing that well. We need tons of hopper bombs. Got the weed all ready to go as soon as I get these beans off. Got my bro in the truck. Alex, you are doing a fine job. Fine job. That is one fine truck driver right there. I really wish we'd take this section of woods out if we could, and then it could just be field from here instead of having to go through a little, I mean, that's a little teeny wooded gap. Oh, we got Big Lou back here waiting. I hauled load for I cut last night. The computer said it was reading anywhere from 11 to 13. So I cut that. Remember on the video, I was out here cutting after dark. Beans were as dry as they'd ever be. First load I cut in the day was reading anywhere from 13 to 16. And I took that load over. It was 14.7. So it averaged out kind of in the middle. So then I cut last night and it said that the beans were 11.2 to 13.2. So I take it over Purdue this morning and they say it's 15.6. And we always have a problem with their moisture over there. It's always way higher. Doesn't matter if I got 15 testers down here that say the beans are 13. That always says that the beans are 3 or 4 points higher all the time. Doesn't matter if it's corn, beans, what. So I've took the beans. I still got them. You can see them right here. I left them on the truck last night because I loaded the truck. So I grabbed some. Same beans. Here, hold on. 13.3. 13.3. And the combine said they were anywhere from 11.2 to 13.2, something like that. And you know, beans always get drier later in the day. You know, your first load's always the wettest load. And then they dry down as you're cutting. And your last load is always your driest load. So they're 13.3. I take them over there to 15.6. Every year, this shit does not make any sense with Purdue. No matter what you test them on, where you test them, they're exact with the combine. I mean, I got the combine, corn season, bee season, it's right there. You go over to Purdue, it's always 3 point higher. And then they charge you 15 different things. Now they got a new probing station in. So when you pull in, they take 3 or 4 suctions now, where it used to be 1.5, 2. So now they really take from you. And they take all your sample. I mean, they suck a lot in. Now you're not allowed to go inside to see what they're dumping in the tester. You know, make sure it's on soybeans. Make sure that it's your sample. And their sample, they keep saying their machine's state calibrated. It's always 3 points higher. We could take it here with this tester, the combine, and take it in snow grain and test it. And all of them were in a dot point of each other. Like if this says 13.3, the combine says 13.2, even if town says 13.4. You go over there, 15.6, 3 point higher. It makes no sense to me how they keep getting away with this. And then all the grain that they take, they're steady dumping totes back there in the pit. They're supposed to give it back to you, and they never do, before you weigh. It's just frustrating how people have a $1 billion company can do this to farmers. So, nobody else going to say it, I'll say it. Every other farmer doesn't say it, I'll say it for you. There's some sketchy shit going on, and farmers need to wake up and start voicing this to them, because this is stupid. It's just, how in the heck is the first load I cut, and I cut some greener stuff, drier than, beans always dry down at the end of the day. Every farmer knows that. Your last load is always your driest load. And then you can check them. Same bean that you got on the trailer. It just drives me crazy. So, anyway, It ain't the government corruption, it's big company corruption, right? I don't know. See. Alright, so we're back cutting beans today. Got my pop and my brother over there putting wheat in. So the beans are still doing fairly decent. Pretty happy with them. So just opening up this field right here. Old Draper's doing a good job so far this year. I don't want to brag on her too much. One of them barons would go up in one of the rollers and I'll be mad. Because if anybody's ever changed a roller baron, you know. If you know, you know. See how we took the excavator and cleaned all the sides of the woods down? No limbs hanging over anymore. We just brought it over here. It's sitting up there. We didn't get the front done last year, so we brought it over, and as soon as I get them beans cut, the front's gonna get done. I can get everything with the draper up front, but with a corn head you can't because the limbs are hanging over. But also it helps with, it shades it and nothing grows if you don't get them. So we're getting it so we can have a crop. Pretty dusty if you look out that mirror. They do have some green in them. It's just green stems. The beans are still running 13.4, 13.3. So the beans ready. It's just some of them still got some leaves on it, but it ain't no big deal. This deer can handle it, boy. Deer can handle her. I love watching the draper work. Got all that cut this morning. Or not all of it. I cut the one field yesterday and then I cut the little field this morning. We got everything. Some other trucks moved over here. We had to move the excavator. We had to get the wheat wagon. We had to do a whole bunch of stuff. So I didn't film first thing because I was just after getting everything done, I got on here and just wanted to roll a little bit. But you didn't miss but maybe 10 acres. around with me. Old beans are still doing good. Gotta be happy with that. Pretty good beans. See if I can hit 100. Come on. Nope, ain't gonna do it probably. I hit 99 earlier. I was pretty excited. I was looking for 100, but she wouldn't do it. Oh, there it is! When I stopped video to turn around on the end, I hit 105. I was all jumping up in the seat, very excited. I saw 103, but I hit 105 earlier. But they're staying right around 80, so you know, occasionally it jumps up, but you gotta be happy. You gotta be happy. Just a fraction a little wet, but this field over here got ripped. So, and it's kind of like tucked in a corner here, so the sun don't really hit it all day. Very happy. Oh, look at the fox. Look at the fox. Run, little foxy. Pretty good beans. See if I can hit 100. Come on. Nope, ain't gonna do it probably. I hit 99 earlier. I was pretty excited. I was looking for 100, but she wouldn't do it. Oh, there it is! Look at that boy go! He is a worker. That's the star of the show, ladies and gentlemen, right there. Not much on this sandhill right here. At all. But it gets better once you get off of it.